So this comes up a lot is we talk about merchandising a home when you're going to be putting it on the market. But a really key part, especially today, is having great photography, great virtual tours of the home. And so you wanted to talk about prepping your home for photography.
Right. So we want to make sure the first impression counts. And these days, the first impression is photography.
Yep.
Most home buyers are online shopping. They are looking at the photos and deciding if a home matches what they're looking for and deciding whether or not it's a home they want to keep on the short list. So they're looking at the photos, they're looking at the virtual immersive walkthrough tours.
Yep.
And oftentimes that's how they're deciding. Tega, we have people who've actually bought houses who've never put foot in the house
Yep.
until they're already under contract to purchase the house. So
It's
talking about photos is really critical. And one of the things that we really talk to our sellers about, because when that photographer shows up, we want the house ready. We don't want the photographer to show up and say, hey, you need to clear everything off your kitchen counter now. We want to tell you ahead of time and make sure that the photos shine. One of the things that's really important, Tigo, is...
Can I give an analogy on that? It's like when you're getting ready to sell your car. You have to detail your car. You have to get it ready. You got to make it look its best. And this is part of that, right?
Totally. Yep. So one of the things too that's really important is if the weather is overcast, gray, snowy, the day you're supposed to have the photos taken of your house to put it on the market, we want to change that. We don't want to let the photographer go on a gloomy day. The whole aura of the house shows in those photos, and they're going to feel gloomy.
Yeah. Well, we live in New Mexico, and one of the beauties is this beautiful crystal clear blue sky that we get, 300 and whatever days a year. And, one out of whatever 15 days, we get one of those overcast days. Don't do that. I see homes that are on the market that have been on the market a long time, and you go and look at the photography of those homes, and it was photographed on a gloomy, overcast day, and you're really doing yourself a disservice if you let that happen.
Right. So the following the rules to prepare your home for the best real estate photos. So in general, obviously you want to clean the house, right? Have it all clean. Make sure the windows are clean. Turn on overhead lights. Turn on all the lamps before the photographer shows up. Make sure you replace all the burned out bulbs so that all the lights work. The brighter, the better typically, right? Turn off ceiling fans, turn off computers, turn off TVs. You don't want that kind of distraction in your photos when the photographer comes, and they don't want to have to tell you, hey, you need to do all these things now that I'm here. They want to get the photos and make sure the photos are great. Open blinds, window treatments, that's where making sure the windows are clean, ready to go. Remove personal photographs if you can. One or two probably isn't going to hurt. But in general, if you have a lot of family portraits up, you're going to want to take them down because the buyers want to see themselves there. And in photos, taking photography of the house, showing all these photos can be distracting as well.
Yeah.
A lot of times people are zooming in to see what's on the wall.
Can I say something? I don't know. Just talking about knickknacks and clutter. Something to keep in mind when you're looking at photography versus actually being in the space. It's going to look a lot more cluttered in a photograph, okay?
Right.
Because a two-dimensional plane versus a three-dimensional space. And so, maybe you go into a room and you say, well, there's a lot of stuff in here, but it doesn't, there's a lot of volume and a lot of air in this room, and it doesn't feel so cluttered. But in a photograph, it may look very cluttered because now all of that stuff is on a two-dimension plane. So just something to think about is, I would say, over-declutter.
Exactly. So thinking of the kitchen, this is an example of where you would really want to do that. You want to take everything off the countertop. No knife blocks, no baking supplies, no cooking supplies. If you must leave out a coffee pot, fine, but really take everything off. Take everything off your refrigerator. Take down all the little hand towels everywhere, because what Tigo just said, it looks like clutter in a photo, but when you're in person, the hand towels are gorgeous, right?
I used to take our photos, right, Tracy?
I do remember
back in the day, and And the thing that I used to remember happening is you'd take a photo and there'd be a red towel hanging on the range, for example, which is very common. There's a towel on the range. And when I would take the photo, I wouldn't think much of it. And then I'd get back and start editing the photos, getting them ready. And I'm going, oh my gosh, that's all I see when I look at this photograph now is that red towel hanging on the range. So,
right.
Yeah.
So to finish the kitchen, right?
Yes.
Put away garbage cans, put away dog dishes, dog bowls, dog beds. Just remove everything you can. And, if you have to hide in the dishwasher for the photographer, hide it in the dishwasher. Bathroom, same thing. Put things away. Don't have anything out on the counter. Put the toilet seat down. Close all the closet doors. Remove any garbage cans, any dirty towels. It's best if you can, before photos, go get some fresh, clean towels, maybe of a color for the bathroom.
Yep.
They do tend to enhance a bathroom look. Bedrooms, obviously, you want to make the beds, have them crisp and clean. Clear the nightstands of anything. Store away any phone charging, tablets, things like that. Just remove all the clutter from the dresser. Put away family photos. Hide it under the bed if it doesn't show there, right?
I used to take, for like the kitchen sink, for example, you've got your soap and you've got your sponge and this and that. And I would just like put them down in the sink so they didn't show up in the photo.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Put them under the sink, put them in the sink somewhere so they don't show up.
Yeah.
And then there's the pets, which we briefly talked about. Put away things for the photographer. Obviously, when you're having your house shown, it's a little bit different. But if you have crates, dog beds, dog bowls, put them away. Put away the dog food. Get it cleared up. And then we've got the outside, right? So first impression, we want to make sure that front photo is great. We don't want any cars in the driveway.
The hero shot.
It's the hero shot.
Cars in the driveway is a big no-no.
What about if the driveway has oil stains all over it? Maybe there's a way to Photoshop them out.
Well, there is, but
if there's a way to just put some flour or something on them.
I wouldn't want to do that because then you're misrepresenting. So I would say if you can clean, there's a way to clean oil stains, but that is a thing for sure.
They're so glaring when it's there.
They are, yeah.
So you want to just remove empty planters, put away hoses, put away electric cords. Clean up the shrubs and bushes and have it all presented, ready to go. Put away any broken lawn furniture, things like that aren't going to show very well. And when the photographer comes, their job is to make it look great from different angles. Their job isn't to tell you, hey, we need to clear this counter off now. So can you help me? Because they may not take the time to clear the clutter that is going to make your house shine. So there's the quick snippet of getting your house ready for photography.
Can I add one more thing to your list? I just occurred to me because I was thinking about when I used to do the Matterport photography. So Matterport is the technology that we used to do the three-dimensional 360 scan of the house. So the way this thing works is it's on a tripod. You set it in the middle of the room and it spins around and takes the scan of the property. Sometimes when you're doing photography, obviously you're framing one direction and you can move stuff out of the way while you're framing that shot and then move it back while you're framing the next shot. You can't get away with that with the 360. The entire space, all 360 degrees needs to be clear and
photos.
Ready for those scans. And of course, today more than ever, those 360 scans are critical in marketing the property because so many people are spending so much more time online looking at the homes online versus in person before they come out and visit the home.
So there it is.
There it is.
How to get your house ready for photos.
Great topic, Tracy. Yeah, I think that's great.